if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you. Whip. Watch the whip. Right away. Rush in.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
Check 24. Kill. Hey, he's coming to you. Motion. Hey.
On second down now, it's Edwards. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
What you got?
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Watch the run, watch the run. 25, check 25, check 25. And 54. 52, Mike 52. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
From the gun on third, Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
21-yard line.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 21. Dalton here from the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ross. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
1st and 10 at the 32.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
368. Hey, I got him. That's me. 41's the mic. 40.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space.
Check 9.
Barber on 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Aaron Colvin there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Barber. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Let's go. Double time, double time.
Here's carry number 1 for Kenneth Dixon. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 20-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Mike. 55, Mike. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. No.
On 2nd down, it's Dixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Here we go, D, get off the field. X3, 218, chopper.
Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that we don't have a chance to win this game.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I got it.
They'll run here with Pumphrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Mike is set. Great team. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Hey. 4 down. 52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Bring it.
From the gun on third down, Watson. He's going to sling this. That's caught inside the 20. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, and even 40 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Check 45. Switch gears. SOS.
From the red zone now, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
44. There you go.
Tackles.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Throw left side complete. It's Ross. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running with Barber out of the gun. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? He's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
93, 52, 93, 44.
And now to the air. Dalton into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
I got him.
Check 50. Check 99. Check 99.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Set. 19. 52.
On first down, Miller. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
This is it. 19. 52. Come on. Here we go. Joker. You got time. You got time right there. Alert.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this time. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here you go, 368. 41's coming, 41's the mic. Big stop, G. Big stop, let's go. Heavy.
So Dalton now. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bradley Roby, the ex-Buckeye, with a corner blitz and the sack.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Hey. Watch the slant. Hey, alert 3. Hey, if you kill it, motion me out.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Lamar Miller. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Bengals' 36-yard line.
This is it. 19. 24. Two times. Hey, we are.
From the gun, here's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Third and long. It's Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
52's the mic. We ain't giving up nothing.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
We all now. You're right, 52, right 52. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barber. And he's got some space here. And now look at him go. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Peyton Barber, 77 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offense coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
The 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. All day. All day.
Now Watson. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside and break it inside. Really well-run route.
Third and 2, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
24's down, he's coming.
Now a first down throw, Watson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time, down he goes. Kyle Van Noy gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
So the penalty now moves it up. It's 2nd and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty. Here's Watson. Out left side here to Bryant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a first down. On first down, it's Watson. He'll get this one complete to Terry Godwin. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
First down, Houston.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check cross, check cross, check cross. He's coming. Double up, double up.
Watson going to give this one to Miller.
Safety screaming.
The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 4 down. Check, check. Hey, watch that, watch that. Out. Right zone. Come on. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Again, it's Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run on first down. It's Miller. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Hold the hold.
They run with Edwards. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Out of the gun, Watson being chased out left. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Bengals grab it. A little track jump. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over.
Out, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
Check 26, check 26.
On first down, it's Barber. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First down, they go with Barber again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Lead! I'm coming! I'm coming! I'm coming! Kill! Regular.
Once again, it's Barber. And an alley to run. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Peyton Barber, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. And at the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. 11 yards there, first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Buying time to his left. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on first down. Now Hundley. This will be his first throw off the bench. Off to Thomas on the left side. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's go, D. 52's the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
Back to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
We got this. Right there. 54, Mike. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4". Kill.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
At the 19-yard line.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the pass. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Man, that's trash. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hustle. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a good.
He's back to throw. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Check, check, check. Motion. Mike 54. Mike 54. You're not ready. You're not ready. Mike set. 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Oh, here we go. Oh. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. So don't say nothing. Hey, watch set. Go. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Back to throw. Open man has got it. It's complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
52's the mic. 52's the mic. Let's go. No. Check that. We want Mike 52. Check pass. 52's the mic. Watch Mike. 1, 2, 3.
Throwing Hundley. And he's going to go down again. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough. Try to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for Cincinnati, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Houston, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.